Welcome to the Fort Wayne Community Schools 2025 Retirement Dinner. I'm looking at the program and I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. A lot of familiar names. I don't know if that's good or bad. My name is Steve Corona and I'm a member of the Fort Wayne School Board, and I have the pleasure of beginning our program with the invocation. Loving God, bless all those gathered here today as we come together in friendship and fellowship. We are especially grateful for the people we honor this evening and for their years of dedication and commitment to the students of Fort Wayne Community Schools. Thank you for the blessings of our individual and collective God-given gifts. Give us balance in times of distraction and uncertainty. Help us move toward our goals with determination and always with an abundant sense of humor. Thank you for the food in a world where many know only hunger, for our faith in a world where many know fear, for friends in a world where many know only loneliness. Please bless this food we are about to share, those who prepared it, those who serve it, and those who have worked to make today the special occasion that it is. As we partake of this food, we pray for health and strength to carry on and try to live as you would have us. Amen. We are going to begin our program after dinner, and I'm told that we are going to do this by table number, beginning with table number 2, 3, and 4, and then following that we'll have the other numbers follow in that order, and the food is right behind you on that back table. Enjoy your dinner.
Good evening, and again, welcome to our retirement celebration. And as always, these things don't happen by chance. There are a group of individuals that work behind the scenes that do all the preparation. So again, I want to thank our team from Grile that made all this happen. So if we could we give them a round of applause, please? Also, every time I come to Indiana Tech, and it seems to always be kicking it up to a different level. So, this lovely auditorium here, but also the food. If we could also give a round of applause for those folks. So, many of you have been here before as guests of people that were to be honored in the retirement. So you sort of know the way this rolls. So I'll be providing a description of the retirees that have been drafted by either their supervisor or the team they were a part of or their principal. And so I can just say this. We did try to limit it to a page per person. Sometimes that's difficult. And I know in the past we used to have actually the people present it, but to expedite the process, I'm the one who has that honor. So I would ask, though, as you're called your name, that you do come to the podium. And I'm fine if you'd like to say a few words. You're not obligated, though. It's not necessary. But if you feel so moved, please do so. So our first person, and it is, except for one exception, this will be in alphabetical order. So first, I'd like to invite Renee Albright. So Renee was a social studies teacher, Southside High School. Years of service with Fort Wayne Community Schools, 39 years. Renee has spent her entire career at Southside, building lasting relationships with students, staff, families, and community members. She bleeds green and is always looking out for the students of Southside, including the 2 Southside principals she had as students. Renee could always be counted on to show up with a smile and energy to make learning relevant and meaningful to her students. Her Southside friends will miss her knowledge and experience, singing of the Southside alma mater, sponsorship of National Honor Society, planting flowers on the front steps, and her love of Southside.
Well, I refer to myself as a monogamous teacher because all I've ever wanted to do is be an archer. Not at first, but it grew on me. And I just want to thank Fort Wayne community because it has been the ride of a lifetime, and I love it. And I love that it's still fun and the kids are amazing. So thanks to everybody else too.
Nicholas Balmoria, 7th grade science teacher, Black Hawk Middle School. Years of service with Fort Wayne Community Schools, 30.5 years. Nick has inspired generations of students through his passion for science and engineering, most notably with his long-standing leadership of the Future City program. Under his guidance, students not only developed critical thinking and collaboration skills, but also had the opportunity to compete and succeed on the international stage. His commitment to excellence has brought pride to Black Hawk and opened doors for countless students. Nick has been a calm, steady presence with a tireless work ethic. His influence will be felt long after his final class.
I do just want to thank my wife, though, because all the hours I had to put in, she had to be at home with the kids and our pets and so on. So I really have to thank her for giving me the opportunity to do all the stuff that I did.
Next person is Daphne Booker, special education teacher, Northrop High School, 28.5 years. The majority of Daphne's career was spent at the Anthus Young Adult Transition Program, where she provided students with special needs meaningful experiences in the community, opportunities they might not have otherwise had. Her work empowered countless young people, helping them grow in confidence and independence through real-world engagement and support. At Northrop, she stepped in during a time of transition, helping to stabilize and unify two programs into one cohesive, supportive environment. Her steady presence and leadership made a lasting difference. Daphne's career has been defined by her heart for students and her unwavering dedication to their success.
I just want to say it's been fun, and I'm looking forward to my next adventure.
Daylene Braden, cafeteria assistant, Northside High School. Years of service, 20.5 years. For so many years, Day was the warm, steady heart of Northside High School's cafeteria, not just serving meals, but serving love, care, and kindness with every tray. Her presence was a daily comfort to students and staff, whether it was her cheerful smile at the start of a tough day, her quiet encouragement to a student who just needed someone to notice them, or the way she remembered everyone's favorite. Day made the cafeteria feel like home. From the early morning preparations to the final cleanups, Day gave her all to make sure every day ran smoothly. She leaves behind a legacy of compassion, community, and joy. You'd like to say anything? You're more than welcome.
I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure working for Fort Wayne Community Schools with my family, that's a lot of it that has gone there. And you guys have all been great to me and them. Thank you. Thank you.
Debra Cooke, applied skills special education teacher, Memorial Park Middle School, years of service with Fort Wayne Community Schools, 40. For 40 years, Deb has served the families of Memorial Park in the most loving and sincere ways. As a long tenured lead teacher within the Applied Skills Special Education program, Deb has fostered a welcoming and supportive environment for all students. Anytime you would step into her classroom, you would witness her creativity, patience, care, calm demeanor, organization, and passion for teaching her students. In her department lead role, Deb advocated for department needs, orchestrated staff and student schedules, and grew the strong reputation of our Applied Skills program. Deb inspired curiosity, encouraged resilience, and believed deeply in every child's potential. The impact of her work rippled far beyond the walls of Memorial Park.
I can't believe it's been 40 years, but I've had a lot of people say, you know, what will you miss? And I say, I'll miss the kids. And hopefully I've had as much of an impact on them as they have had on me. What will you not miss? Writing IEPs. But I think once it's ingrained in your brain, IEPs will be with me the rest of my life. But now I think the definition of what is an IEP is imagine endless possibilities. So, thank you.
Beverly Ely, Waynedale Elementary School nurse, health and wellness, 20 years of service, Fort Wayne Community Schools. Beverly is reliable and detail-oriented. She approaches every task with care and consistency, earning the trust and respect of all who worked with her. Her bright spirit and dedication to doing what's right, even when no one was watching, sets a powerful example. In her 20 years with Fort Wayne Community Schools, she worked at Lane, Glenwood Park, Harris, Miami, Maplewood, Holland, Shambaugh, St. Joe Central, and Waynedale. She is guided by a strong faith and deep dedication to both her work and her family. Her quiet strength and heartfelt service will never be forgotten.
Thanks, Christy, my principal, for your kindness over the years, and thank you, Mary Hess, for being my boss all this time. You've been such a great example and brought so much compassion, fun, and love to our group. And I will miss the kids. I'll miss the camaraderie. So it's been a good 20 years.
Noelle Faye, Reed 180 teacher, Portage Middle School. Years of service, Fort Wayne Community Schools, 34 and a half. Noelle is known for her flexibility and willingness to do whatever is needed from year to year. She has been willing to take on intervention classes, language art classes, science classes, and most recently, a Reed 180 teacher. Her students have some of the greatest levels of growth in the district. Noelle is noted for her love of all things Disney and her ability to team up with Paula to dominate everyone in pickleball. Wow, I didn't know that.
I think the only regret that I have, that thinking about this is that I didn't write down all of the funny things that happened in the classroom. The only one I can think of from this year, my principal, Mr. Christner, and his boss was doing one of their walkthroughs, and it was towards the end of the class, and I was ending with a speedy recall game with a group of boys, and I turned over the category, and it was things that turn on and off, and the letter was W, and right off the bat, a boy shouted out, "Women!" So, luckily, he laughed, and they left.
Dave Flesh, Grow Lab skill teacher, AMP Lab at Electric Works, 16 years of service with Fort Wayne Community Schools. Dave began his career at Elmhurst High School. As he was always trying to make learning authentic, you would find Dave teaching students to fish, going to amusement parks to analyze roller coasters, teaching science through growing vegetables, making potable water, and dehydrating meats. He was one of the first teachers at New Tech Academy at Wayne High School, where he expanded his drive to make learning authentic, including allowing students to make homemade fireworks in chemistry class. We won't talk about the time this resulted in the entire school spending the afternoon outside so the firefighters could work inside. That's good. He continued inspiring students' scientific discovery as one of the founding teachers at AMP Lab. Dave also coached wrestling and softball throughout his career, and he is a great outdoorsman and wanted every single student that walked into his room to experience nature. Thank you, Dave.
I'd like to thank, first of all, my wife for putting up with all the crazy stuff that I've done over the years, and being a head coach, the wives really do a lot of the work. Other people that I'd like to thank, they aren't here right now, but I had a lot of mentors that really helped guide me. And I really enjoyed what I learned from them, along with like dozens and dozens and hundreds of kids like everyone else here. I say I've started 2 new schools. I say, I'm looking at the group here tonight. I think we can start a 3rd. We'll be open just maybe 2-3 days a week, a couple hours a day. We've got the administration, we got everybody we need. We just don't need to put in the time. Everyone enjoy your second careers.
Yes. Thank you, Dave. Kathy Geely. Kathy is known for unwavering dedication and kindness. As a special education clerk overseeing homebound services and payroll, she ensures everything runs smoothly and efficiently behind the scenes. By the way, years of service were 24. Her attention to detail, reliability, and warm demeanor make her a trusted resource and a calming presence for staff and families alike. Kathy has a way of making everyone feel like family, and she brings humor to even the toughest days. Her laughter, perseverance, even through cancer, positive attitude, and caring nature makes the special education department a warmer and stronger place.
I'm not much of a speaker, but I knew if I came up here, I need to at least thank. I loved all my years in special ed. They were like a second family. I made some lifelong friends, and I'd like to thank all my bosses I had throughout the years, and a couple of them are here tonight, so I want to say thank you, everybody, and enjoy your next venture.
Jody Glass, 4th grade teacher, Glenwood Park Elementary School. Years of service, Fort Wayne Community Schools, 40. Jody has been a teacher with FWCS for 40 years, including the past 35 years teaching in the same classroom at Glenwood Park. As fourth grade students begin to wonder about and explore the world around them, Jody has been there to fuel their fire for learning. She has been a co-explorer alongside her students. She has always been a huge supporter of Fort Wayne Community School athletics, keeping the scorebook for the Snyder girls basketball and volleyball teams for many years. Jody exemplifies the core values that make FWCS such a great school district. She's a Snyder graduate, as are both of her children. She leaves a legacy of excellence in teaching, leadership, and mentorship. She'll always be remembered as a Panther Cub.
You know, we wear a lot of hats as educators, but remember, we're all COVID survivors. Think about that. But I really do bleed black and gold. I'm very proud of being an FWCS graduate and a teacher of 40 years. I could not tell you how proud I am of that. And I'm one of those people that goes out in the community and I brag about our school system all the time. Be proud of who you are. Remember, we are all hardworking, strong people. Have a good future.
Catherine Gilbert, School Coordinator, Nutrition Services. Years of service with Fort Wayne Community Schools, 29. As school coordinator, Kathy supervised all aspects of 14 cafeterias, enforced rock-solid safety and sanitation practices, and coached managers until excellence became a habit. Her relentless focus on rules translated into smoother kitchen operations, safer meals, and a district reputation that brings pride. Kathy has an unmistakable walkthrough, clipboard in hand, sharp eye scanning every corner of a kitchen or cafeteria. She expected the best and told you when you missed it, yet you always knew she'd stay until the job was done right. That firm, steady voice of accountability will echo in the kitchens for years.
I said I was really okay with being missed because the reason I decided to come to this is this might be the first time that I've been somewhere where food was involved and I wasn't responsible for making it, serving it, or overseeing it. So I hope you all enjoyed your meal.
Carol Grable, Secretary, Harris Elementary. Years of service, 25. I'll still read it, okay? So, Carol excelled in all the office manager roles, but her greatest contribution at Harris was her unwavering commitment to students, families, and staff. In addition to running the building for many years, as we know all talented secretaries do, she cared for the fish pond, ran races during recess, designed flyers, and had a helpful remedy for every problem. She maintained great relationships with students by remembering their names, handing out birthday pencils, and even pulling loose teeth. She made everyone feel seen and valued and had a unique ability to brighten even the toughest days. She was there to offer wisdom, encouragement, a laugh, or a great recipe for nearly anything. She was the first to hear about difficult and exciting life moments as she took time out of whatever she was doing to listen. That's beautiful. Carol, that's for you. Carol Gunyon, Severe and Profound Assistant, Holland Elementary School, 34 and a half years. Carol was a dedicated member of Holland's Severe and Profound staff. She had the ability to execute a schedule to perfection and always went the extra mile for staff and students. Carol was a visionary for students and always helped whenever needed. Congratulations, Carol.
I'm not a topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Eric Haberkorn, 4th grade, Harris Elementary. Years of service, 30. Eric has always been dedicated to educating the students to the best of his ability and always making student learning his priority. He has a passion for the outdoors and made sure to teach his students about nature, including organizing a field trip every year to Matea Park. He has shared many stories about camping and fishing and spending time with his dog. The Harris staff will miss his coffee and seeing him around school in his Cincinnati gear. Congratulations.
Just a lot of great kids, worked with a lot of great people, and a lot of great memories. Thank you.
Thank you. Lisa Helmuth, dance teacher, Northrop High School. Years of service, 32. I think I need to say 33 because it says, after an incredible 33 years teaching career, all of it spent at Northrop, Lisa is retiring, leaving behind a powerful legacy of dedication, leadership, and heart. Just 1 year into her career, Lisa took on the role of head coach for the Northrop dance team, a position she held for 31 years. Wow. When the dance teaching position opened up during her second year, she stepped up without hesitation and never looked back. Lisa built the dance program from the ground up, transforming it into a thriving part of Northrop's culture. Lisa's greatest legacy, however, goes beyond trophies and accolades. She has always been deeply committed to her students, showing up for them not only as a teacher and coach, but as a mentor and a supporter. Her legacy will continue to inspire students and staff for years to come. Congratulations.
I would like to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools for their continued support of the fine arts and the performing arts. If it wasn't for that support, there's no way we could be doing what we're doing and finding that area for kids to have that niche where they can belong. And it's really helped a lot of students, and I feel very blessed that I got to be part of this for the last 30 years. And it's been a roller coaster. And we've been recognized so many times, and it just feels so good to know that the hard work the kids are doing, the hard work that our coaches are doing is really paying off. And I feel like I've kind of been on a 100-mile-an-hours for the last 30-some years, and I just want to slow down a little bit and enjoy everything, enjoy life, and I wish the best to each of you. Thank you.
Mary Hess, Director, Health and Wellness, Fort Wayne Community Schools, 21 years. In actuality, Mary has served the students and staff of Fort Wayne Community Schools for 29 years, but the first 9 were as a Parkview nurse working in the district. She has seen school nursing change significantly in the past 3 decades, as more students come to school with chronic medical issues. Mary's calm presence has been an asset during times of crisis. Whether there was a case of meningitis or tuberculosis in a school, a lice or bed bug outbreak, or a global pandemic like H1N1 and COVID-19. Her commitment to health and wellness of students and staff led to more nurses in our buildings and the addition of wellness benefits for staff. Retirement will give her more time with her children, grandchildren, and allow her to travel as well as her time with crafts. Congratulations.
I know some of you are probably going, don't give Mary Hess the mic. She's going to talk too long and she's going to give us information about some plague that's coming. I promise I won't do that today. But I just want to say it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to work for Fort Wayne Community Schools. I absolutely believe in the work that we do here, and I was so lucky to be a part of that. They say if you're judged by the company you keep, and if that's so, I feel like I'm good. Look at all of this. You guys are amazing. There are many here from my team tonight. I'm so very proud to have worked beside all of you. You're a wonderful team, and really I'm proud to be part of everything that everyone's done in this room. Our kids, they deserve nothing but the best, and that's what we give them here at Fort Wayne Community Schools. So thanks to all of us who are leaving and all those who will continue that mission. So thanks.
Frida Howard, business teacher, Snyder High School, 12 and a half years of service. She's not here either, but let me go ahead and read, please. Frida has been a cornerstone of Snyder High School in the business department, inspiring students through her dedication to innovation. As the DECA teacher sponsor, she led countless students to success in competitions, building their confidence and skills. Her passion for teaching graphic design sparked creativity and empowered students with real-world tools. Frida demonstrated her fearless determination while tackling the chaos left behind in a former Snyder teacher's legendary Snyder Spirit Den. When humor and gift, or with humor and gift, she sorted through mountains of forgotten t-shirts, hats, pens, and even bars of soap and deodorant. She brought order, laughter, and class to the Snyder Spirit Den, proving there's no limit to her spirit and dedication. Very nice. Victoria Irvine, driver, supervisor, transportation. 36 and a half years of service. From Vicky's beginnings as a bus driver to her years as a supervisor, she has been a steady presence, a joyful spirit, and a true light in transportation. Vicky is the kind of person who brings sunshine with her wherever she goes, whether it's her infectious laugh, her supportive words, or a festive office spirit for every holiday. She would often show up for work in full costume, whether it was Christmas, Halloween, St. Patty's Day. This year, she dressed as a giant banana, spreading laughter before leaving her peel in the office as one final cheeky touch. Vicky also has a quiet intensity when it comes to her work, a level of focus so strong that her coworkers have lovingly teased that she could miss an entire conversation over the cubicle walls. Beyond her work ethic, it is her kindness and deep love for children that will be missed most.
So back in 1988, when I was in college studying to be a teacher, I thought, can I handle being around kids all day? And then somebody said, why don't you try being a bus driver? So now, almost 37 years later, I think I can say yes to that question. Throughout the years, I've had some wonderful people inspiring. The first one was Deb Barton, my supervisor. As a new driver, I went to her one day and said, okay, so I was driving down the road and a car cut in front of me, turned right in front of me, and I honked my horn at him, and then he flipped me off. And instinctively, I did the same. And you're probably gonna get a bunch of phone calls, and I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And with patience and grace, she said, we're all human, we all make mistakes, it's okay. And I've used that line a lot in my role as supervisor. And another person that was important to me was Elza Berryman. When years ago I was diagnosed with breast cancer, he let me go through that experiencing so that I was able to experience I don't want to say joy, but happiness that can come with it, with the love and the support that was poured out during that time. Also, even though she's new to the role, Rashonda Armstrong, our director, has created an environment that is so positive and inspiring that it lets you be creative and walk around in your banana costume all day if you want to. And then finally, on the way here, my husband said, well, don't forget to thank me. And I was already going to do that, so. But thank you for my husband for the long hours that I've worked and dinner's ready when I get home, and it's just been a great time. Thank you so much.
Carl Kelsaw, Administrative Assistant, Whitney Young STEAM Early Childhood Center, 34 years of service. After 10 years in corporate America, Carl chose to change his career path and work in education to foster a greater impact on the lives of young people. Carl spent his first 10 years working at Ward Theater Magnet School as an administrative assistant. In 2001, when the district combined the programs at Ward and Weiser Park, Carl became an integral part of the development of Whitney Young Early Childhood Center. For the following 24 years, Carl served faithfully at the Whitney Young as the Whitney Young Administrative Assistant, as well as 7 years as a member of the Fort Wayne Community School Student Recruitment Retention Team. As an FWCS graduate himself, Carl has always been a great advocate for our schools. When students return as parents, it brings them great joy to see Carl's familiar face, and they often share memories together. Thank you, Carl.
I guess the greatest memory that I have is working for Early Childhood Center. Has been such a joy, and I'm so appreciative of the unconditional love that children give at that age. And I always thought, as we grow up, if we could keep that spirit of unconditional love and giving to one another, there's not a day that I haven't experienced a lot of laughter, a lot of joy, a lot of hugs, tears at times, and I just thank God for the experience. And I wouldn't trade moving from the corporate environment to the educational environment and working with kids, because the value that those things have given me will stay with me for the rest of my entire life. And it's just time for a new chapter. God bless you all.
Jody Corson, Secretary Treasurer, Waynedale Elementary, 35 years, Fort Wayne Community School. Joni is the kind of person who leads with kindness and patience, no matter the situation, and who takes genuine care of every single staff member and student. She can take on several tasks at once and complete them with perfection and grace. She often shares book recommendations and cat photos, and often references Friends and Seinfeld episodes. It's those little moments that made each day brighter. Thank you, Joni.
I've been going to Waynedale School for half of my life, so I have to say, in an elementary school office, there's never a dull moment. It's been a lot of fun. I'm really going to miss the kids and the great people I work with, but I'm looking forward to having more time with my husband.
Nancy Leef, third grade teacher, Harrison Elementary, 41 and a half years. 40 and a half? Okay, she's a year younger, sorry. 40 and a half. Nancy is a true giver. She has given her heart to teaching students to become the best version of themselves. She has given her time to lead many clubs, spending hours after school with students to practice reading, become runners, or whatever else the school might offer. She is also the sticky note queen. If there's a surface, she'll stick a note on it. Once, while strolling through Trader Joe's, a fellow shopper tapped her and said, "Ma'am, I think you've been tagged by your to-do list." She then showered the sticky note that was attached to her shirt, reading, "Needs graded." Congratulations, Nancy.
Thank you. Yeah, 40 and a half years, and I still feel like one of the young ones. I don't know how it happened until I try to go up the stairs or something. Anyway, thank you FWCS for a great teaching career, but I've also thought about all the learning along the way. I see a lot of my friends here. We spent a lot of summers together learning, and remember those take and make workshops and just years of learning and teaching. And also, I have to thank my husband for all his support. And while I was teaching, he was being Mr. Mom and following the bus to Weiser Park to make sure our kids got where they needed to go. But I'm looking forward to my next career as professional grandma.
Cheryl Lewis, special education teacher, Kikianga Middle School, 16 years. Cheryl has been the heart of Kikianga, leading her department with quiet strength, steadfast loyalty, and a depth of knowledge that has guided her peers. Her greatest gift, though, has been the way she fiercely advocates for every child. Cheryl's consistency and compassion have made her a trusted presence in the lives of students and colleagues alike, leaving a legacy rooted in care, commitment, and a deep belief in the potential of every child. She was never afraid to speak up when it matters most and disagreeing with others if it means doing what is best for students. Cheryl's perspective is shaped by a deep understanding of the unique needs of Kikianga students, to whom she is fiercely devoted.
And having said that, this is not my forte. And just so you know, it was determined at my table tonight that I'm probably going to fail retirement.
Shirley March, severe and profound assistant, Holland Elementary School, 24 years of service. Shirley is the knower of all things and seer of all things. I had to look that up, by the way. She has dedicated her career to helping the severe and profound students at Holland Elementary. Holland has named its kitchen Miss Shirley's Kitchen in honor, as she is an amazing cook. Holland will miss her daily laughter and willingness to do anything for students, but they won't miss her as long as she already plans to come back and sub.
As President for I will miss the kids, but retirement, what's that here? Apparently I like it too much. I've come back as a sub, so, oh well, might as well enjoy it while I can. Thank you, I enjoy it.
Venus Martin, Principal Secretary, Wayne High School. 30 and a half years of service. Venus brings a rare combination of organization, kindness, and deep knowledge that uplifts everyone around her. Whether supporting colleagues or guiding students, she leads with integrity and grace, setting a standard to be admired. Venus has a calm professionalism and a warm smile that can brighten every room. Her love for the color purple is well known, as are the occasional treats she would share, small gestures that make a big impact. Her kindness, consistency, and grace created a comforting presence at Wayne. She'll be remembered not just for what she did, but how she made others feel valued and supported. Congratulations.
Thank you. So when I walked into the Greil building on September 7th, 1993, I had no idea that that would begin an incredible career with Fort Wayne Community Schools. And so here we are 30 and a half years later. I am really grateful and blessed to have been working in like a variety of buildings and with so many people. And I'm so thankful that I've made so many lifelong friends, most of them at that special ed table right there. I appreciate the people that I've worked for, and I appreciate Fort Wayne Community Schools. I've loved what I've done. I've loved every job that I've had, and the people, most of the people that I've worked for and with. And I am just very thankful just to be here, to be healthy, and the happiness and joy and grace that I've served this school district with, I am going to equally serve the retirement years with. I am very excited to be retired, and I will not be subbing.
Brenda Marty, second grade teacher, Arlington Elementary School, 40 years of service. Brenda's dedication to creating a warm, inclusive, and supportive learning environment has been unwavering. She organized the Young Authors Conference not only for Arlington, but for the district and surrounding schools, celebrating student voice and creativity. Her leadership and compassion have left a lasting legacy promoting both academic growth and emotional well-being for all. Brenda's reliability, positivity, and strong sense of purpose inspired those around her and set a powerful example of what it means to truly serve. Her presence will be missed, but her impact will remain a lasting part of Arlington's story. Congratulations.
I would like to thank my husband and my family for all their support through the many years and the long days. It's been an honor and a privilege to work for Fort Wayne Community Schools. I'm going to miss the kids. I'm going to miss my coworkers. It's a hard decision to make, but I am looking forward to being grandma and spending more time with family.
Christine Milokovic. So no, is that pretty good? It's pretty close. Milokovic. Milakovic, okay. Adult ELL teacher, continuing ed, 19 years of service, Fort Wayne Community Schools. Christine, adult students learning English through language classes, field trips, and bringing in guest speakers to her classroom. She wanted to be sure adult immigrants knew that they were contributing, valuable members of our society. Through student-led initiatives, she and her students have had meetings with government officials, including the late Mayor Tom Henry and Senator Jim Banks. Christine created volunteer opportunities for students around the city and introduced students to social programs and community resources. Her greatest joy is watching her students become proud of themselves and their accomplishments, in their language skills, but most importantly, life. Christine was awarded the Lilly Grant for Teachers in 2014 and was recognized for her teaching on TV as Person of the Week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an honor, and I feel so fortunate to have had this position for as long as I have. before I started teaching with Fort Wayne Community Schools, I didn't want to have a job, I didn't want to quit, so that I could go and have adventures and live and work in other countries, which I have done. But since I got this job with ELL in the continuing ed department, the world comes to me. And it is just a joy every day to watch my students grow and just become themselves in English. They're already themselves in another language, but watching them grow and become part of our society is just a real privilege. So I'm very happy to have been able to do it. And I'm looking forward to what's next, and still open. I don't know exactly what's happening next, but thank you all for all of your contributions to your students, because many of your students were my students' children. And they come and they say, oh, well, I could talk to my teacher, my kid's teacher in English, and I didn't need a translator, and it was such a big, proud moment for them. So thank you for your patience and your love and dedication to education.
By the way, we have over 4,500 students that are ELL students. And the number continues to increase. So we need you as a sub, by the way. Marilyn Mueller, Northwood Middle School nurse, health and wellness, 26 years of service. In Marilyn's 26 years with FWCS, she worked at numerous schools: Maplewood, Kikianga, Waynedale, Harris, Frankie Park, Northcrest, Washington Center, and finally, Northwood. She is known for her unwavering reliability, calm presence, and exceptional work ethic. She has been a steady force in every building she's served. A true team player, she fostered a spirit of collaboration and support wherever she went. Her professionalism and compassion made her not just a colleague, but a mentor and friend. As a twin, she shared a unique bond not only with her sister, but also with the health and wellness team, creating double the memories and double the impact.
Thank you so much. I have been so blessed to work for Fort Wayne Community Schools. For those of you who remember, I was hired on by Becky Talati, who was a very wonderful person. She taught us the strength that we needed to become good school nurses. And then I was also blessed when she turned the hands over to Mary Hess. Like I said, I've worked for wonderful people throughout this whole journey. The thing I think I remember the most are the kids that you touch that you don't know that you touch. People that will come up to you in the community. Do you remember one of the stories I will tell you? I thought I was going to be arrested. I had a young man that I diagnosed MRSA on. Was in the Walmart nursery section, pulled down his pants right in front of me and told me how much better it was getting. So, like I said, thought I could have been taken off that day, but like I said, we can all write so many stories of all the lives that we've touched, all the things that we have done for our kids, and I'm so glad that I've been able to work for Fort Wayne Community Schools and provide that needed education and guidance that we give them. Thanks a lot.
Andy Owen, social studies teacher, Snyder High School, 38 and a half years of service. Andy has been a great friend at Snyder, sharing his quiet wisdom and taking time to randomly check in with his coworkers on a regular basis. He always truly listens to what others have to say and strives to learn something from each conversation. People walk away from conversations with Andy feeling valued. He is a man of few words, but the few words are always of the highest quality. Snyder will remember Andy for his curious mind, dry, phenomenal wit, love of obscure references, dedication as Snyder's baseball coach from 1993 to 2011, including 2 state titles. Not to mention his induction into the Indiana High School Hall of Fame in 2016 and his appreciation and respect for the traditions at Snyder High School, like Carl Schultz Day. Congratulations, Andy.
Thanks. I did a little math, and you guys are averaging about 53 seconds per speech, and I think we got up to 3. I think I got 12. Get comfortable. Now, I'd like to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools for the recognition and the banquet. I'd like to thank my wife. My wife Angie is an elementary school teacher. You guys are nuts, I tell you that. But she's no one knows what teaching's like another teacher, and so she's been of great support. I've always thought that if you've taught less than 5 years at Snyder High School, she's probably graded more Snyder High School papers than you have. So thank you. You've helped me get through the last few years. A couple stories about Fort Wayne Community Schools and kind of going full circle. So in 1969, I entered Fort Wayne Community Schools as a first grader at Harrison Hill. Any Hawkers in here? No Harrison Hill kids? Oh man, you missed, oh, there we go. All right. So I was placed in a room, it was probably not the best fit. I was the first IEP, individual extractment plan. I did not need to be in that room. I proved my point by throwing a big tantrum involving kicking trash cans and crying. And the next day I was in a new classroom with Nancy Heffley, and she took me in. I didn't last 1 week in the same room my first year at Harrison Hill. Harrison Hill was great. Loved Harrison Hill. I returned to Fort Wayne Community Schools in 1986 after the 7 years at Harrison Hill and then Geyer. And in 1986, I subbed for a gentleman for the entire year, and then he retired the next year. I took his place full time. I went 38 years without changing rooms, like Jody. Same room. In a couple weeks, my career at Snyder will end like it started at Harrison Hill. There will be tears. I love the people I work with. I really do. I'll miss them. Miss a lot of the kids. Thanks for being truthful. A lot. But very appreciative of my time and the growth that Fort Wayne Community Schools has given me. And I'm appreciative for the time I spent here. Thank you.
Andy and I also serve on the Wildcat board, so I still get a scene. So, Carolyn Pepler, Harrison Hill Elementary School nurse, health and wellness, 22 years, Fort Wayne Community Schools. And now her twin. Carolyn is best described. You're the one, okay. Carolyn, best described as reliable, responsible, and deeply compassionate. She gave 100% every day to ensure students were safe, supported, and understood. Her ability to communicate complex health concerns with clarity and empathy made a lasting difference for countless families. She has been a trusted advocate, a steady hand, and a compassionate heart in the lives of so many. During her 2 decades of being a school nurse, she worked at Lane, Fairfield, Scott, Maplewood, Tolles, Bunch, and Harrison Hill. It was Marilyn who brought Carolyn to FWCS, and now they retire side by side, leaving a legacy of service. Congratulations.
I too am proud to be a Fort Wayne Community School nurse. A lot of that has to do with our amazing boss that we get to go out together. And we love you and thank you. What we can offer our students in need is unbelievable. We help them so much. Sometimes we're their only defense for their medical needs. I will be being called Dr. Pepper, because they call me Dr. Pepper. I will miss going out in the public, and there's my nurse, getting hugs. Even sometimes some of those hugs are my sisters. But I loved being a nurse. I will miss them. I will miss the students, and I am thankful for being able to serve Fort Wayne Community Schools. Thank you.
Paula Ruel, 6th grade language arts teacher, Portage Middle School, 33 years of Fort Wayne Community School service, 33 years. Paula has been a source of consistency at Portage for more than 3 decades. She shows up every day, cares about her kids, and has an excellent plan to help them become better readers and writers. Her peers at Portage will remember Paula for her impeccable sense of humor, the ability to beat, quite literally, anyone, staff or student, at pickleball, and the infamous pocket flip. Hey, you need to teach me that one. Okay. Congratulations, Paula.
Well, a lot of people have asked me how I stayed at Portage my entire career, and it's actually been 34 years. But I just have always worked with my best friends, so I was very lucky. And what can I say about the kids? I never had a boring day at Portage, ever. And by the way, Mrs. Marty, you are my student teacher. I was student teacher with you. So, hello. Thank you and congratulations to everybody. Thank you.
Cheryl Richardson, Student Services Secretary, Northside High School, 16 years. Cheryl's journey with FWCS has been marked by unwavering dedication and a deep connection to the Northside community, where she is both an employee and a graduate. Cheryl is more than just a secretary. She is a cornerstone of the Northside office. Her readiness to assist and her ability to handle multiple tasks with ease have made her an indispensable part of the team. One of Cheryl's most cherished roles has been her unofficial title at the office as the office's birthday coordinator. Her thoughtful gestures and attention to detail have brought joy to many, fostering a sense of community and belonging among her colleagues. Without Cheryl, it recently took 4 staff members to plan a celebration. Wow, we can't do that. That's 4 people we have to add. We can't, okay. Underscoring her efficiency and dedication. Cheryl will be greatly missed at Northside, but her spirit of kindness, laughter, and camaraderie will continue to inspire those who have had the privilege to work alongside her. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank my husband for all his love and support, Principal Dave West for making going to work every day so much fun, and all his support. I really will miss it. Thank you.
Susan Robinson, Skills of Success teacher, Cass, Nebraska, 33 years of service. Susan has held many different positions throughout her career in FWCS. She has been an elementary and middle school teacher, administrative intern, student learning advocate, and a union representative. Her last stop at Cass, Nebraska, where she was originally hired to be a reading teacher before she transitioned to the Skills of Success program. During basketball season, Susan kept the book for the Tolles girls basketball team while her husband, Grady, coached. They can be found in the bleachers watching former players in action in high school as they continue to guide and mentor many former players. Congratulations. Kevin Rowe, Supervisor, Media Services, 39 years FWCS. Kevin has exemplified professionalism and unwavering dedication and was instrumental in transforming the way we process materials for the district. His wealth of knowledge, love of cataloging, and kind spirit have earned him the respect of all who have worked with him. Kevin is known as the nicest man you'll ever meet. He has always been generous with his time, ever willing to lend a hand or share his knowledge. His co-workers will miss his baking, especially his chocolate chip cookies, and they hope he will grace them with his culinary prowess upon retirement.
Thanks. Those cookies made me the man I am today, so I don't know. I never thought I would be here this long. I started my career at ACPL, and I worked there for a number of years, and a coworker of mine actually applied for the job I've got now. And she came to me and she said, I don't want to do that. She said, try up your alley, go apply for that job. So I applied for the job. I showed up for my interview, and I sat down outside the curriculum department where people still are in that same building, and I sat out there. My boss-to-be came out and shook my hand and said, well, it's very good to meet you, but she said, you know, I have this meeting on my calendar for next week. And I just put my head down and I said, well, I guess better early than late, right? And she said, you're right. It didn't affect, she hired me, so I love it here. I get too emotional, I'm so sorry. This has been a great place to work. I've had great bosses, great staff. I love what I do. My friends will be glad that I'm leaving because I won't talk to them about all the great books that I see that come through all the time and about changes in the Dewey Decimal Numbers and subject headings, which nobody cares about except for us librarians. So, but it's been great. Michelle,
Donald Sarrazin, art teacher, Black Hawk Middle School, 13 years. Donald has left a lasting mark on Black Hawk through both the arts and athletics. As the art teacher, he nurtured creativity and gave students a voice through self-expression. As a head boys basketball coach, he instilled discipline, teamwork, and perseverance in his players. His ability to mentor students in both the classroom and on the court has made him a well-rounded educator and leader. His legacy lives on in every brushstroke and in every buzzer beater.
Well, thank God I've had a lot of people go ahead of me here because not knowing what I was going to say, so I've been taking some pretty good notes. First of all, I want to thank my wife. Check. Okay. I just want to consider working for Fort Wayne Community Schools a great opportunity. Work for a great school, Black Hawk Middle School, great staff, some of the best staff in Fort Wayne Community Schools, and had some great administrators that I worked underneath. And I want to thank everybody. Thanks. Go Eagles.
Renee Sneary, second grade teacher, Harris Elementary, 28 years of service. Renee loves being a teacher and thrives on the progress her students have on a year-to-year basis. She knows how to roll with the punches when it comes to technology, new curriculum, and changing processes, and is more than willing to volunteer for professional learning experiences to be able to better understand all the elements of that change. Renee has an infectious laugh and always tries to see the bright side of any situation. Her passion for making sure that students are successful and finding their spark for learning and growing is inspiring. She is always the first one to step up and speak her mind to better the environment and well-being for her students, staff, and parents. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools for giving me the opportunity to be at Harris. They've been like a family to me for the past 28 years. My kids all went through Harris and on to Lane and Snyder. Met so many wonderful people along the way. Thank you very much.
Dr. Nikki Sprunger, Assistant Superintendent, Diverse Learners. Years of service with FWCS, 7.5. When Dr. Sprunger joined FWCS, she was already more than 3 decades into her education career. She was well known as an advocate for special education students and public education. She continued her advocacy in her role with FWCS, participating in statewide organizations supporting students with special needs and the educators who teach them, and lending her voice and expertise to state policies. Nikki's love of shoes and McDonald's Diet Coke is legendary, and her staff will never forget the homemade gifts she lovingly made each year. I have to also say this. Many people don't know this, but her father was my football coach at Northside High School. And I'll tell you, he made a lasting impression on me too. So thank you.
I have notes. So first, I want to thank the Special Education Department for being like family for the past 7 years. To all my team, thank you for your generosity and support. I cherish everything I learned from all of you, and I'm very proud of the work we accomplished and the good work you will continue to do. School Board, I would like to thank you for putting your trust in me. Dr. Daniel, thank you for the opportunities, and you will learn those special ed acronyms. I know you will. You will, you can do it.
I can do it.
Okay. If you can do the Houston Veer, you can do special ed, you can do it. But finally, there is one last thing I would like to say. There is one very special person here tonight. For the past 7 years, I started every Monday morning around 7:30, 7:35 with, "G. Lee, is payroll done yet?" I want to thank you for pouring your heart and soul into the department. And even though you will be retired, I'm still going to call and hound you about payroll. Thank you all very much.
Oh, I missed one. Victoria Sperry, special education teacher, South Wayne Elementary, 15 years with Fort Wayne Community School. Victoria cares deeply for all children, but holds a special place in her heart for those that struggle with school the most. Her heart is huge and accepting, and she's able to see the best in every single child. She has planted the belief in countless students that they are capable, they are worthy, and they have full potential. In the words of one of her students, "My mom is proud of how I can read now because of Mrs. Sperry. I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but now I can." She has the ability to encourage others to slow down, accept what you cannot change, and persevere through even the hardest times with grace and kindness. She has an infectious laughter, and her ability to tie food into almost any lesson is unforgettable.
My first degree was home economics, so I do want to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools and how working here has truly changed my life. I hope I changed children's lives, but more importantly, well, just as importantly, and I want to thank Brenda West for a lot of that and her support, and my husband and all his support. And now you won't have to cook every meal and have it ready when I come home. Thank you.
Cheryl Stinson, Secretary Treasurer, Brentwood Elementary School, years of service 22 with Fort Wayne Community Schools. Sherry could always be counted on to get things done when promised and step in to help others when in need. She was always organized and knowledgeable about what was happening at school and believed in Brentwood's ability to make a difference in this world. Students, families, and teachers knew she cared about and supported them in everything they did. Thank you, Cheryl.
Well, I feel blessed that I was hired by Get Nichols many years ago. We had a good bond in our school. Nick Kirby was one of our staff members, and many years ago we used to bond with each other by doing bowling in the hallways, and we did have chair races down the hallways. Our kids would look in the windows and bet who was going to win on each one of those. But we also did bonding with our kids in the afternoons after school. We had basketball games with the adults against the kids. We did hockey. So it was just a real good environment with working with each other and knowing we can count on each other. I'm a big nurturer, and when my girls grew up, I still had those kids there every day. That made me feel so good. They'd come in the morning, give me my hugs, and in the afternoon before they left, they gave me hugs when I was still there. So I feel blessed that I was in a wonderful school with a lot of wonderful people. Thank you.
Colleen Wilozinski. Did I get that right? Yes, all right. Snyder High School nurse, health and wellness. 7 years with us. Colleen has unique blend of experience as both a nurse and a teacher, allowing her to connect with students in meaningful, lasting ways. During her time at South Wayne, Fairfield, and Snyder, she brought joy to every role with a perfect balance of patience, kindness, and wisdom. As a high school nurse, she knew how to set compassionate yet clear boundaries, offering care and guidance when it was needed most. Her ability to speak Spanish made a difference in working with non-English speaking families. Even in retirement, she continues to serve, subbing at Snyder High School and Faye Center and calling families in need of immunizations. Her sense of humor, fun spirit, and creative poems for staff appreciation have lifted many.
Well, I don't have the years because FWCS is my third career. Obviously, I was a parking nurse for 20-some years, then became an educator of high school Spanish students at Busco. There were some changes going on, so my husband and I were on a flight to Mexico for spring break, which I always enjoyed doing, and I said, I don't know, changes are coming. What am I going to do? You know, I have education and I have Spanish, and you know, I still have my nursing license and my nursing career, and around from our seat, turned around Mary Hess's sister-in-law and said, oh my gosh, you have got to call Mary Hess. So I did that, and she hired me up. My third year, I did start at Snyder, and it was the year of COVID, and oh my gosh. But if it wasn't for awesome leadership, care and compassion, knowledge of Mary, all of us, I don't think would have gotten through that, because it was a pretty tough time. So I appreciate everything she's done for us, and all of us, and for us nurses, for sure. She was the best. But I couldn't have done any of this, because working all week and then working on the weekends to get caught up, I had huge support from my husband, Brian. So love you all, appreciate everything I've done here. It's Fort Wayne Community Schools. Thank you.
So I know this one's out of order in regards to, but this is our last retiree. And before I read the script, I'd just like to say, you need people like this in your organization if you want to have long-lasting, I'll just say, excellence. My takeaway from today or tonight has been this. We have phenomenal educators and supporters of students, whether it be in the nursing, whether it be in secretarial roles, whether it be in transportation, whether it be nutrition. It is rather phenomenal. And I think the key is you have done an excellent job of mentoring, because it's really not just what you've done up to this point, which have been great things. It's the significance that you've created, the long-lasting significance. So with that, I'd just like to introduce Dr. Debra Faye Williams-Robbins, Deputy Superintendent. Years of service, 46. Dr. Robbins has dedicated her life to the children of Fort Wayne and making the community a better place for all. She was in the first class to attend Northrop High School as the district began desegregating. If you're not a fan of orange and brown, now you know who to blame. She was one of the students on the committee that selected the colors and the Bruin mascot. She remains a proud Northrop graduate to this day. Her first job at FWCS was in 1978 as a substitute teacher at what was then Bunch Elementary School. She then took a full-time teaching position at Arlington Elementary, where she would one day be principal. She spent time at Lakeside and Miami Middle Schools, as well as serving as an area administrator. She was the first chief of student, family, and community engagement, opening the Wendy Y. Robinson Family and Community Engagement Center in 2015. Faye has been an example of a lifelong learner, earning her law degree in addition to her education degrees, and just a few years ago, completing her doctorate. Education has truly been her passion, both personally and professionally. You will no doubt continue to see her active in the community, including leading the music ministry at her church and serving as a leader of Fort Wayne United. I don't know of a person in my professional career that I've had to have conversations that, Dr. Robbins, please be honest and direct. Please give me guidance. Please assist me in the direction we're heading. And I will tell you, she never failed in being honest with a level of integrity that is greatly appreciated. She will not be missed because she will still be connected to Fort Wayne Community Schools. And we are very fortunate. Dr. Williams-Robbins.
Though I have notes, and it looks like 2 pages, it's because I've been here 46 years, and it's a large font and double-spaced. So I want to thank Dr. Daniel. You know, over the years, I've attended about 30 of these retirements as either a principal supporting my staff or a central office administrator. And each year I wondered, what would I say when it was my turn? Hey, Brenda, how you doing? She was one of my teachers. Today I stand here remembering a retiring principal who said he knew it was time to retire when he vaguely remembered things that never happened. Well, today I stand here reflective of the very first time I walked into Grial with one intent, to apply for a job. Over the years, that job turned into a passion, that turned into a purpose, that turned into a calling. I am grateful for the opportunity to have served students and families, regardless of how they presented themselves, behaviorally, financially, or academically. I stand here grateful to people like Dr. Banks, Dr. Robinson, Dr. Daniel, the board members, colleagues, and friends who have poured into me. It has not been perfect, nor has it always been positive, but it has been lifting me to become a better person in every moment that I've experienced. So though it may be true that I too vaguely remember things that never happened, what I do will remember all the people, especially the children who, but for us, may never reach their full potential. What I have always kept in front of me is a quote by Ronald Edmonds from Harvard University. He stated, "We can, whenever and wherever we choose, successfully teach all children whose schooling is of interest to us. We already know more than we need to do that, and whether or not we do it is most finally depends upon how we feel about the fact that we haven't thus far." As this part of my calling is ending, and though I will be spending more time with family and relaxing, I won't be going home to completely sit down. I have already started my LLC, Echoes of Knowledge, and have 2 jobs lined up for when I leave Fort Wayne Community Schools. I will continue to walk in my purpose because, after all, a calling is a calling. Thank you.
The challenges we're facing today have never been at the level that they are today. We have had to shift our thinking from being just a public school to being an educational institution serving the needs better than anyone in our area is doing. I couldn't have said it better what Dr. Robbins said. If not for what you do every day, where would our kids be? With that said, we continue to need your support because we cannot rely on state funding nor federal funding like we've relied upon it in the past. Nor should we be tied to that state funding or federal funding such that we cannot continue the programs that are effective and most beneficial for our kids. That's a challenge. So as we're looking at our school system, as we're looking at private and public partnerships, there will be asks of all of us. How do we continue to support the growth of Fort Wayne Community Schools? My challenge to our community leaders is this: do you want a Fort Wayne, city of Fort Wayne Community Schools, or do you want an IPS, Indianapolis Public Schools in downtown Indy? Think of the contrast. We are doing amazing things because of you. Amazing things. And as Dr. Robbins said, sometimes it is not what we wanted to do. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. It comes with stretching. But I am confident that you have left in your wake You have mentored and you have left your lasting influence on those who are following in your footsteps. So it is with great appreciation and gratefulness that I thank you, and I'm sure the board members that are sitting here this evening would also say thank you. And Fort Wayne Community Schools will continue to be better and better and better. Thank you and have a great evening.